Hi and welcome to my Applied Practice in Context Assignment 1. And in this assignment we identify and critically evaluate the context of our practice. So I'm going to take you now to my Agency of Learning blog. This is a blog that I've already developed and I've just adapted it for this particular assignment. So we started with our introduction here. And this is our hello and welcome, and it talks about the aspects of interest, which are my background and my experience with the Mind Lab and how I came into this particular field of study and how it's developing my teaching philosophy and what I've done so far. So just a pretty simple introduction to begin with, and then we go on to activity 2, which talks about my experience over the last weeks being engaged with the Mind Lab and all the study that brought. This is quite a lengthy post and I was a little bit weary of this, but there was just so much to cover. So I spoke about where I began my learning journey, the challenges that I was facing, how I was feeling at the beginning of starting the postgrad course, and what I've been learning about myself as an independent learner, and my procrastination, and the visual aspects of my learning as well. And then looked at the key changes in my practice over this time too. So a lot of information here. And the blog link will be available for you to be able to read through that. Okay, following this we went on to activity 3, which was where we read Finlay's article about reflecting on reflection, and provided a response to that. And so I talked about the things that really captivated my attention with that, the definitions and the blurrings of understanding that came through, the importance of providing models for teachers, and the debate between reflective practice independently and in group context as well. And then I went on to talk about a little bit about my own experience, and then talking about what I felt was most valuable and why, and a few references down the bottom there. Okay, activity 4, we had to talk about, pick 3 questions from the ones that were offered and answer them. And so the questions that I've looked at, what are the core values that underpin your profession and how? I found that how aspect quite challenging. And what changes are occurring in the context of my profession and how would I address them? And also my third question, which I've just missed here somewhere. And what challenges do I face in my practice? Okay, so then we went on to activity 5, where we had to create a brainstorm of our connections. And if I click on my picture here, then it just enlarges this a bit. So I talked about my current professional connections, which are quite wide-ranging, and then over here I talked about the potential professional connections. And then in that post I went on to talk about some of the most valuable connections that I've made so far, and then where I would like to go next around looking at who I can connect with to continue my learner agency journey, which has been a really exciting part of the Mind Lab journey so far. So I'm looking forward to continuing with that. So thanks for looking, and hopefully you enjoy my blog. I've really enjoyed the process of learning to blog and sharing my thoughts and my ideas through that. And I think I've still probably got a lot to learn, but it's certainly a rewarding part of the process. Okay, thanks. See you.